pregnant doll, robot toy, and scary creature. These are the 10 most disturbing kids' toys, part 4. Number 10, Japanese pregnant doll. We've seen a number of pregnant toys on this channel, but none is as creepy as this Japanese pregnant doll. But to fully understand how disturbing this toy actually is, it's important that we go for a quick history class. Way back in the 18th and 19th centuries, the Japanese were known for a tradition known as misamono, and it usually involved an impressive show of artworks, toys, and anything that would amaze the human mind. But it wasn't just about entertainment. The Japanese also wanted artworks that could be educational, and one of the most popular attractions was the pregnant doll. This explains why the dolls were so lifelike, with body parts that looked like that of a pregnant woman. In fact, our history teachers believe these toys were made to teach midwives how to deliver a baby. Hey, is this the type of toy you want in the hands of a kid? I don't think so. Number 9, epidermis. Wouldn't it be cool to have a toy that could interact with you? Well, it turns out there's a toy like that, but it's not exactly fascinating, but kind of disturbing. Meet the epidermis, the toy that will definitely give kids nightmares. For starters, this toy's got human-like skin on its back. Yeah, you heard that right. If you touch it, it would definitely feel like touching the back of your friend. You can program this toy to move around the house with you, and since it contains robotic fuel cells, which means it can complete some tasks around the house. That sounds cool, right? Wait till you realize that it hibernates when you put it in the fridge like a real animal. And what's that bunch of hair hanging at the top? Number 8, swamp creature. Asia is home to some of the weirdest and most unusual toys in the world, and Japan easily takes the lead. But despite how weird Japanese toys can be, nothing prepared us for the swamp creature. At first, this toy looks like a ghost trying to hug itself, right? The real meaning behind this toy is way more disturbing. First, let's take a look at those eyes. It feels like they would jump out any second. And that hair, that's definitely the sort of hair you'd see on an evil ghost. But let's take a closer look at the cardboard. See how it shows an image of 2 entangled bodies? Well, that's the real story. This toy is a combination of 2 different creatures caught in one body. This toy just leaves us with nothing but questions. If you think these were scary, things are about to get scarier. Keep watching to see what's next. Number 7, Blippi in the box. There are a bunch of toys that were designed to scare kids, and we understand why most parents wouldn't get them for their kids. I mean, toys are supposed to be fun, not make kids want to run away. Well, this toy known as Blippi in the box didn't seem to get that memo. This toy wasn't designed to be fun, it was simply designed to scare little kids. Come on, who expects to see this sort of face appear out of nowhere? Also, Blippi has no smile on his face. Take a look at it. This guy looks like a guy who was pretty excited to scare you, or someone who's planning to hurt you in the middle of the night. And to top things off, this toy plays old music, which makes it seem like a toy straight out of a horror movie. Number 6, Big Lou. Hey, it's a giant robot. Isn't that what we've always wanted to own? Spoiler alert, not this robot. This robot, which looks like a poorly built version of an Egyptian mummy, is all shades of disturbing. Check out its right arm. It moves in different directions and looks like it would be perfect for hurting little kids. And why is it wearing a grin that says, "I'll hurt you as soon as you fall asleep"? Can you imagine this giant robot emerging from behind you in the middle of the night? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't sleep in that room anymore. But hey, it gets even worse. When you turn the giant crank at the back of its head, it speaks. Not English, but something that sounds like a spell that could hurt you. If you ever find this toy, it's in your best interest if you decide not to take it home. Number 5, Dr. Drill and Fill. Does anyone enjoy that trip to the dentist? Definitely not me. I mean, it's usually about drilling and filling your teeth. Despite how scary drilling teeth is for little kids, this toy company thought it'd be a great idea to make a toy based on that. But that's not all. The set of teeth in question looks like it was filled with all sorts of disgusting things. I mean, why does it look like the entire mouth is covered in poop? Also, this toy comes in a toy electric drill that little kids could harm themselves with. Whose genius idea was this in the first place? It gets even more concerning when you discover that this toy was made for kids older than 3 years. What sort of lesson is this toy supposed to teach kids? They're definitely too young to understand anything about dentistry, so why bother? Also, this might make them think drilling teeth is fun, so why wouldn't they hesitate to play with Daddy's power drill? Let's just avoid this toy from the get-go. Number 4, Flying Monkey. This flying monkey toy should be fun, right? Unfortunately, it's not as much fun as it looks. To begin with, this toy has the words, "Hear me scream" written on it. And then we discovered that it isn't actually a flying toy. This toy was designed to be used as a slingshot. I guess this is why the toy screams when it flies. I mean, to fly means to move in the air with wings, not only when you're thrown. Also, why would anyone use a monkey as a slingshot? Moving forward, slingshot toys aren't really the safest toys for kids. And with something as huge as this flying monkey toy, it could definitely get really messy in a matter of seconds. Flying monkey? No. More like the dangerous slingshot monkey toy. Starting out, things get even scarier. Keep watching until the end. Number 3, the breast milk baby doll. This toy was very controversial right after its release, and it was for good reason. The breast milk baby doll was supposed to show young girls how it would feel like to breastfeed a baby. Yep, this toy wanted little girls to learn how to breastfeed. This toy took things a little further by making the girls wear a bib around their backs, which contained sensors that could tell when the baby doll was placed against it. When this was done, the bib would start making breastfeeding sounds. Oh, that's quite a lot. I understand why parents would never want their daughters to have this toy. Parents complained that breastfeeding was the business of older women, and little kids had no reason to learn to breastfeed. Some parents even said that this toy could push little kids to want to have babies of their own, which in turn could increase their chances of wanting to get pregnant. Do you think this toy was a great or terrible idea? We'd love to hear what you think. But do you know what makes this toy really disturbing? It's how well it sounds and how it looks like a real baby. Number 2, Ebola plush toy. Ebola is one of the most dangerous viruses in the world, and it killed so many people in Africa from 2013 to 2016. So why would anyone make a toy out of such a dangerous virus? Well, the answer is not something we can provide. This Ebola plush toy was designed by Drew Oliver.
What's wrong with you?
And it looks so much like the little microbe that causes Ebola. At first, one would think this plushie is a tiny snake away from its loved ones, but when placed side by side with the actual virus, the similarities are hard to ignore. Drew Oliver explained that he designed this toy so that kids could learn about the microbe that causes the Ebola virus. However, when we decide to ignore the fact that this is a microbe that has killed thousands of people, the plushie looks pretty adorable. But as soon as you remember what it represents and how much damage it's done around the world, you wonder again, why would anyone make Ebola into a toy for little kids? Do you think this was a good idea or just a really disturbing toy that never should have been made? Number 1, Baby Alive. Hey, it's another super realistic doll on our list, but this time things get a little out of hand. The Hasbro's Baby Alive doll is no doubt one of the most disturbing toys in the world. This toy was introduced in 1973, and it had the ability to wet itself, and it also had a mouth that didn't stop moving. As if that wasn't weird enough, the toy also came with a feeding kit that kids had to mix with water and then feed to the toy. When the baby doll ate the food, it would ingest it and release it into the diaper, the exact same way babies poop their diapers. In fact, this doll sometimes rejected the food, causing it to throw up like a real baby. Then in 1992, the company decided to make this toy even more disturbing. The baby dolls were given vocal boxes, so when they needed to use the bathroom, it announced it in a horrifying voice. Also, the vocal boxes began to malfunction. Can you imagine hearing a strong adult voice speaking through a baby doll? That would definitely make your heart skip a beat. Would I ever own this toy? Definitely not. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.